Most studies examining the transition into parenthood and how it affects couples often focus on the last trimester of pregnancy and the first few months after a child is born. However, the dynamics of a marriage change dramatically immediately the wife becomes pregnant.
One of my favorite pieces of advice to give to new parents or any parent in general is that becoming a parent is one of the best things that has ever happened to you. It also can be one of the hardest things that you'll do in life. Sometimes you'll feel it in the same 5 minutes, and that's totally okay, totally normal.
Particularly, husbands are more conciliatory during their wives' pregnancies compared to before and after the pregnancy.
I think we have a generation where a whole host of young people between the ages of 20 and 30 of men who are looking at fatherhood and saying, do I want to do that? Like, is that something that I really want to do? What would you say to them?
For me, it's literally that responsibility of knowing that you are bringing a life into this world. Mm-hmm. That there is not a better feeling in the world.
The way couples conceptualize marriage predicts how marital satisfaction changes after the arrival of the baby. The negative outcomes associated with transitioning into parenthood, including increased conflict and reduced marital exchanges, are more pronounced for wives than they are for husbands. The wives who become mothers start out with higher marital satisfaction, which is kind of the precursors to wanting to have children, which then translates into a steeper decline in satisfaction once the children arrive. Wives who start satisfied in their unions are more likely to have children within the first 4 to 6 years. While marital satisfaction does decline for couples, it is worth noting that it is not for all of them, as for up to a third of couples, marital satisfaction increases with the transition into parenthood. Husband fondness and admiration toward the wife, the awareness or cognitive room the husband allocated to the wife and to their relationship, and the awareness or cognitive room the wife allocated to the husband predicted stability in marital satisfaction for wives who eventually became mothers. In contrast, husband negativity toward the wife, husband disappointment in the marriage, and a view that the couple's lives were chaotic all predicted a decline in marital satisfaction for wives who became mothers.
Most people who abused their children were abused as children. But most people who are abused as children do not abuse their children. And the reason for that is because if you were abused, there's 2 lessons you can learn from that. One is identify with the abuser. The other is right, exactly. And if this didn't happen, every single family would be abusive to the core very rapidly.